Okay? Another trend is that the role of intellectual property, it becomes far more important, just as important as publications, but covering your IP becomes important for almost all universities. 20, 30 years ago, almost every professor in Stanford had a company. Probably 20 plus or something like that. Okay? Over here, it's hard to find professors who have companies. Okay? Today. Okay? So that's kind of the reality of it. It's like a time warp, okay? But students who are doing their thesis were actually doing parts of projects that the professor contracts that they did, and then there were leaks over to their startup companies. We don't have that culture here. You know, a lot of people just think, well, these are just kind of cool, nobody really cares. All right? But it's in this environment that there are companies like TDK Fujitsu. They make the hard drives. Okay? Recently, Hitachi just announced that they're going to make all the hard drives here. That's the most sophisticated technology I've ever seen. We practice it right there in the room. Okay? They actually shave off to get the sensor to work. They shave off angstroms of material to get it to be completely optimized. We do that all in the Philippines. We just never take credit. We never come up on PJR Works map. But in fact, we are going to be the hard drive capital of the world. We look at their projections. They got it with TDK Fujitsu. Once 90% of Fujitsu's hard drives done in the building. Hitachi's going to say the same thing. What they're doing, they're building these gigantic magnetoresistant sensors. They're doing tunneling sensors. And we do it everything. Soup to nuts. Here in the Philippines. We don't really talk about it. But that's chemistry, physics, static electricity discharge. All the sciences of all of these things need to be really understood at the very basic level, deep level, okay, to make their products successful. And it's going to get worse and worse. And so it's another example of how interdisciplinary research is. Now it's going to stop. Okay, industry will fail if in fact academic research didn't happen. If you look at the Sony Blu-ray, they spent an awful lot of money. Stanford was there, Caltech. They spent a lot on the blue laser in universities in the States. This new drug Gleevec that they're fighting over in India about patent rights. Okay, that was developed. It was in field trials in UCLA, and I know Filipinas who actually discovered why Gleevec didn't work in the field trials in people in advanced cases. Figured out it was a mutation, and they gave a prescription for. I think it was the first time they ever saw a mutation documented it, and now. Before that girl actually graduated from UCLA, she had revenue checks from Novartis, Pfizer, and all the drug companies because this was a terribly important insight. So you can see that we are inextricably linked now. It's only those guys here who don't understand it who are going to miss out. So I'm going to give you some more examples. Okay, this is something we're doing at Ateneo. If you look at what's going on in the world, we now have 2 billion GSM users. It took us about, well, it's going to take, I think we went from 1 to 2 in 24 months. We're going to go to 3 in about 18. Okay? The price of the phone needs to go down because most of these users are in the developing world. It's got to get down to $25 or less. Okay? And oh, by the way, it needs to be biodegradable. New European laws have required that, in fact, almost all the electronics have some pathway to recycling. When I bought this Mac, I had to pay $15 to the Mac so that it could recycle. I never heard of it before. All right, now there's whole new rules on the biodegradability of electronic circuits. So what are we doing at Ateneo? There's other people who do have some crazy things. That's Fujitsu at the far right. You take the back of the cell phone cover. So that's a cell phone cover that's made out of recyclable plastic. You pop the cover off, you stick it in the ground. It's got a sunflower out, it's got a seed, and it's got some nutrients in the sunflower. Bottom left is a circuit, electronic circuit built on lasagna. Okay? These are all provocative things. Okay, so you may say, Greg, you're an idiot. This is really wild stuff. Right? But these are the these are like the thought experiments gone wild. Okay. So what we're doing, we're using other substances. We're using biodegradable plastics, mixing in polyethylene plastics, mixing coconut fiber, rice husks, trying to make circuit boards that are biodegradable in anticipation of this whole trend. Get out in front of it before. Most of our students in the masters are from Amcor and all these other places like Philips and a lot of devices. They're really busy on the line. Nobody told them that this is coming. So we are getting in front of it, and the students are doing things with these kinds of materials. We've been doing it with seaweed. We've got some boards where you use seaweed as an encapsulant, trying to see maybe we can make new biosensors and things like that. So this is an example, multidisciplinary. Now we're moving into something that, this has got the smell of money here. Okay? And so we're trying, you'll see.